how to use Claude Code to actually set up automations for your own business. Now, the reason that I'm making this video is because I understand that there are almost always a couple of leads in my pipeline who are looking for a solution. They may not have the budget right now to get started themselves. And what they want to do is like figure out like a cheap solution that kind of gets the job going. It kind of keeps the ball rolling. They cannot afford like a specialist at this point of time, which is completely fine, right? We all start somewhere. Now, for those people specifically, what you're going to need is two things. One is a Claude account and one is a make.com account. For those of you who do not know, I mean, Claude, of course, is like one of the most popular AI agents out there. This is what it looks like right now. It's Claude.ai. So you will have to sign up here and you will have to purchase a pro subscription, okay? The reason I'm saying pro is because it's the cheapest one in which you can basically acquire all of the things that you're going to require, right? So that's number one. And number two is you will need a make.com account. Now this one you can keep free. You do not need to purchase like any subscription there. Here you can see make.com. You can simply click on sign in and that's about it. You can sign in with Google and you're good to go there. You can see that in make.com you can go to like scenarios and you can see like all of the different scenarios that you have built out. If you're completely new to this, of course this entire area would be empty and none of this would be anything relevant to you yet. Okay, so now both of the bedrock items are ready to go. Now how do you get started? Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is start your Claude app, the desktop app. You'll have to download the desktop app. The web app will not do. Basically, if you go to right here, which is like the web app, so there's this option. Let me actually show you guys. You see this, it says get apps and extensions. You'll have to click here, come down here, and you'll have to like download the one for desktop. Okay, whether you're on Windows, whether you're on Mac OS, it works. Once you open that up, you have to go to something known as the cowork section. We're not going to Claude Code just yet, but we are going to go to Claude Cowork, which is kind of like an easy to use version of Claude Code for people who are not very technically inclined. And this is like good enough, okay? We have to ensure that this area is accessible to us, and it will only be accessible to us if you're on the Pro plan or on the Max plan, okay? So you can access it from like the top left sidebar, and that's basically what you will need. Like for example, if you guys see this, you see it says cowork right here. That's basically what you need. Now for you guys specifically, once you have confirmed that okay, yes, cowork is here, I've subscribed to Pro right here, so this is like the cheapest plan that you can subscribe to on which this is working. I set this up for you guys so that you know that it will work on Pro plan as well. Then what you have to do is you have to go to customize, okay? And once you're here, you have to go to connectors. Once you're here, you have to click this button right here, which is add connector. Click on browse connectors, and here you have to look at make. And this is the one that it will have like a plus sign like this. You will just basically have to click on that. It will ask you to sign in. You will sign in with like the make account that you had just created, right? And then it will open up your Claude again, and this is what it will look like. I personally like to click this on always allow on all of them. Like some of these are set to custom right now, but I just keep them on like always allow because, like, to be very honest, I've not had a bad experience with connectors going haywire up until this point of time. Once you're here, what I want you to do is come back to cowork, turn this to continue without asking, like act without asking, right? Turn this down to 4.6 if you are a little bit concerned about how your token usage is going to be. Personally, this is more than enough. Opus 4.6 medium can get you a long way there. You don't have to work in any kind of project. Then you just have to say use make connector 2, and then make an automation that, and then write out your automation in detail. Connects my go high level CRM with WAPI call agent such that this happens. Now, one thing to really realize is that will it get you 100% of the way there? No, it will get you 80% of the way there. Basically what it will look like is once this thing completely runs, you basically write something like that connects my go high level CRM to WAPI call agent. I want the agent, and this is where I think prompting really makes a lot of sense. So for context, you can ask it, you can tell it that you are an expert AI automation engineer. Although like with newer models you don't have to say this, but still I just prefer to err on the side of caution. So once you have the context outlined, the second thing that you have to kind of say is what is the rough idea that you have. So the rough idea can be basically this thing, right? I want the agent to look at leads coming in through meta ads, log them in my GHL CRM, and place a call for them outside of D&D hours, first thing in the morning, right? Something along those lines, right? Now, verification criteria is very important. You tell it basically what would you consider as something that passes. So verification criteria is the scenario should be, how do you phrase it? The scenario should be functional. I should be required to do minimal wire work, required to do minimal edits, and you basically just add like a bunch of things about like, you know, things that it should work. Now, not all of the things that you will say simply because you do not yet understand the constraints of make.com as a connector, you're probably going to say a lot of things which make.com's MCP cannot like actually like fix for you. So it will give you the second best option out there, right? It's gonna look a little bit like this, for example. Let me actually just show one to you. Yeah, whatever, right? So it will give you like something like this. So this is one that I had built out, but the important part is that when you get it to look like this, not everything will be completely filled out. Some of these would be missing stuff, some of these would not have the right links and stuff like that, right? So you can do one thing, which is that you can click right here, which is explain flow. So it will like explain the entire flow to you, like, okay, how is this working and stuff like that. And you can also click on run once. Run once is something that I really like because it allows me to kind of understand, you know, like what will exactly be happening once this scenario actually starts to fire, once this automation actually starts to fire. But that's not the best part. The best part is that sometimes you may not know how to even get this automation started. Like the first module, this one is what we call a module. The first module would be like really confusing to you, right? Like it's saying watch Gumroad cancellation, but then you click on it, it says webhook, and you're like, huh, what is a webhook? You don't have to worry about all of that, because what you can do is you can click right here, you can export this blueprint, right? So it will download as a JSON file. A JSON file is basically a language in which most of these automations are built out for the very first time. Once you have this JSON file, this is where we go back to our old buddy Claude and we go to Claude code, right? This one right here. Now, as you can see, I'm at the limit of my usage limits. That's the problem of working with the $20 plan. If you're ever working out, I mean, of course, I have worked out quite a lot with Opus altogether. Now, what we need to do is we need to drop that JSON file right here. You can attach files, like for example, let me show it to you. Like I've attached this right here. It's basically like an image from my downloads, and we will attach the JSON, and we will also do one more thing, which is we are going to come right here. We're going to click a screenshot of this, and we're going to go here and just going to click this up. Now here what we're going to say is, you remember what we said in the in this one, right? This is what we said, right? And we're just going to come right here. I gave this prompt to Claude Cowork, right? This is what you're going to say. Give the entire prompt. The result is the JSON file plus the screenshot. I want to make this production ready. Guide me step by step from the level of someone who has never opened the terminal before. This is what you do. I assure you, if you do this, you will get 85 to 90% of the way there. It will just require some time. Okay, it's probably going to take you like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. I remember when I was starting out, one particular automation took me like 20 hours, and it was only because there was like a very silly mistake that, you know, I was not able to catch, and unfortunately, you know, nobody around me was there to ever like flag it to me that, bro, it's just literally just like a semicolon right here. Right? So hopefully this helps you guys. Go crazy, of course, use it out. If you're wondering why we use Claude Code at the last step but use Claude Cowork in the middle, is because sometimes Claude Cowork spits out stuff, and usually like the users sometimes are technically proficient enough that they don't need to come to Claude Code afterwards. So I'm just trying to like reduce your simplicity. You can very easily start off with Claude Code itself. I just prefer using Claude Cowork because it's like a much more easy to use interface for most people. So yeah, I hope this helps, and see you around. Take care.